Hello, James. How are you, mate?
Hi, Jamie. Yeah, the Wilkie son. I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah.
We're back again.
We're back again for number 10. Oh, what's that? Can you hear
What?
that?
Is he mic'd up?
Is that Francesco?
I think Francesco.
Yeah.
What are you doing, mate?
You're right.
A picca veloce chiama devorace.
Francesco, we can't hear you that well.
Jabab. Jabab.
Hello, Francesco.
Jabab.
Are you now a producer as well?
Joe.
Really?
Yeah.
How have you and the family been during lockdown?
Yeah. How are the kids?
Jack dead. 3 dead.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah. So, have you been taking them to feed the ducks and stuff, or did you get arrested doing that?
No. James. No. Dead.
So, will you be joining us for the rest of the podcast, or is
No. No.
If you don't remember
No.
Francesco, he was the man, the complete mystery of our professional editor, and quite infamously doesn't edit a single thing before uploading the podcast, does he? What's going on there, Francesco?
Microphone fix.
No, we met Francesco in a pub in Cobham, was it?
Yeah, it was a pub in Cobham. Yeah, you had a bit of a thing with him, didn't you?
I did. We did have a bit of a thing, didn't we, Francesco?
Like a jackpot.
But for the listeners that haven't heard of Francesco before, he is actually sort of a producer, editor, but he doesn't edit. He just merely sort of runs it for us. He's sort of the man behind the podcast, and we didn't expect him to join us on the podcast today, but here he is, and you're right there, Francesco.
I'm not too sure, Francesco.
Yeah, fix microphone.
We're not too sure Francesco knows what's going on. It's a bit...
He's not joined us on the podcast before, has he?
No, he hasn't. No, he's a bit confused. He's not used to modern technology. He's fresh out of the 1700s.
Is that why he doesn't like editing?
That might be it, yeah.
More of an analog guy.
Analog. Well, thank you, Francesco.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Francesco. We'll see you soon, yeah? You stay safe with the family and the kids throughout these trying times.
Porto job.
Wow.
Thanks, Francesco.
Thanks,
mate. Goodbye.
No. Remain. Remain.
You want to stay?
Remain. Cobham.
Okay, all right, Francesco. I'll. Goodbye. We have an appointment with a friend actually. So we're gonna have to.
Microphone fix.
We're gonna have to leave the call now, Francesco. We got a guest coming on this week. We'll see you later.
See you later. Bye, Francesco.
See you later.
Caplaccio, colleague.
Welcome back to the Jam About Town podcast, the podcast where two musicians who know nothing about geography talk about a town each week that they've most likely never been to. James.
That's right, isn't it?
That is right. That is correct. Today, we have a special guest on the show.
We certainly do. It's the 10th episode special with a very good friend of ours.
Yeah, indeed.
Mr. Ish Hussein.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Cheers, thank you very much for having me. Been really looking forward to this.
Hello, it's Future James here. I'm just going to interject and explain to you how we know Ish and what he does. So basically, we all did a degree in music, and I met Jamie and Ish there. They already knew each other from college. But Ish is a very, very talented musician, one of the most talented in Brighton, and a very, very popular guy too. He is in so many bands. I think he loses count sometimes. It's crazy. But he is a bass player, and you probably couldn't go to a gig in Brighton without seeing him on the stage playing bass. Some of the bands he plays for are Scoop Monty, Stephen Bamadele, Kai Mara, Isle of Cece, Sergio Selva, just to name a few. And he's a great guy, very funny guy, as you're about to learn. Yeah, enjoy the pod.
How you doing, mate?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
I'm all right, yeah. Keeping sane, or trying to.
Yeah.
In the quarantine, yeah.
Feel that.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, exactly the same, yeah. There's not a lot really to say because we haven't done that much. But we're actually back to work now.
We are. We're out of the quarantine machine.
Yeah, we are. The machine that is quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
How are you feeling about that? Are you feeling like it's a good idea? Because a lot of people have very mixed...
Yeah, I mean, in a way, it's kind of good to do stuff again and have more structure and all that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, there's still a virus.
Coffee is the elixir of life.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel that.
I thought that, to be honest, coffee shops and things like that would be open when pubs then would get opened again in July. But for some reason, everyone wants a, coffee.
Everyone wants a latte, don't they?
Yeah, everyone's a latte, and it's really important that they have it. I mean, they can't. It's not like they can do it at home.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather die of coronavirus and someone get their coffee.
I will risk getting coronavirus and dying, but all for a flat white. I need it. I'm all for a flat white. I'll throw it all away. Goodbye to my family. Goodbye to my friends. Yeah. Give me a flat white.
Any day of the week, right? Well, you funnily enough, Ish used to live literally opposite Narux. And he could see us from his front room window.
Yeah,
and,
I would. Sorry.
Would you like to describe the drink that was your sort of speciality drink when you used to come in?
Oh, it was brilliant. It wasn't my idea. It was very much both of these lovely gentlemen's idea. It was a large cappuccino, and then they just pop about a ton of cream on the actual lid of the coffee, which would make drinking the coffee extremely uncomfortable and difficult because I just put cream in my nose every time. It was great, to be honest. I'd just have it was really nice. But it was great. I used to just spy on you while you were working, which I know sounds really weird, but it's just, how I pass the time.
Yeah, well, no, you used to say whenever I'd see you afterwards, I've been watching you.
Yeah, I did.
Seeing what you've been up to.
Unfortunately, there was a tree in the way, which means I couldn't get any clear photos, but I saw it. I saw it. It didn't get in the way.
Sorry, you can see some decent photos on my OnlyFans account if you wish.
Would you like to name the coffee on air live? So it's this large cappuccino with cream on the lid, maybe almost a foot of cream. That's how I'd like people to put image. It wasn't a foot.
It was like half a meter's worth of cream.
Yeah.
And it stood atop the lid.
I mean, if we could have it, it would have been 4 foot of cream. That's how I dream it. But so what would you like to name this drink?
I don't know. I'm really. When you feel all the pressure from when you're like, oh, you've got to say a really good name or a really funny name for it. I was just like, I know I'm just gonna say something like crap, like cream top or something, and it's just gonna kill this podcast, and I'll just hate myself for the rest of my life. I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Why don't we each say a word? And then whatever that is, it will be.
Okay. I'll start with
Yeah.
Ryan's.
Easy.
Mustard.
So Narux, if you're listening, I would I don't know if they've organised sort of like the August drinks, like the main summer drinks, but Ryan's, what was it?
Ryan's Easy Mustard.
Ryan's Easy Mustard should be up there. And I don't think it's misleading to what the drink actually is. I think it's sort of,
I think the cheek of the word is a really good representation for the cheek of the drink. Because you think you're getting a nice drink, but you're just going to get a face full of easy mustard. Yeah.
Ryan.
Ryan's Easy Mustard.
Oh dear.
That's a really good name.
Right. So,
before we properly introduce Ish and how we know him and everything, we'll Ish is just gonna he's part of the podcast this week, but we will introduce him properly, but before that we're just gonna go into our cut short section, aren't we, Jamie?
Indeed, cut short.
Which I've been told, well, we've never really thought of it, but it's probably better to say caught short.
It should be caught short. I don't know why we thought cut short, but it's definitely, you get caught short, you don't get cut short, do you?
No.
I don't know what that means. Is that just like being caught out on something?
Yeah, it's like you might suddenly need a poo or a wee, but you're in such a bad place for it, you know?
Or maybe it's the actual process that's the issue.
Perhaps, or the digestive process.
Well, constipation's a thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Or the process of actually doing the business is part of the problem sometimes, isn't it?
This is a deep
I feel
political
like
debate.
It is.
Well, I feel like everyone concentrates on the, pooing outside the toilet, but actually, what are the problems that happen in the toilet? Let's focus on those. Let's focus on what happens in the toilet.
That's fair enough. I didn't really think about that.
Not just what happens outside, because everyone's needed a poop outside. Everyone. I've been walking and then I've needed a poo, but you just hold it in. That's the only real answer.
But some people just can't hold them in. Like Gornad from last week.
Gornad from last week. You actually know Gornad, Ish, but I don't. I'll tell you who Gornad is after the podcast. But,
Okay.
It's someone you know that I named Gornad, and he sent in a story of when he got caught short.
Right, yeah.
Have you got any caught short stories that have been sent in, Jamie?
Kind of. It's very, very short. It's literally short. So this person, I haven't spoken to about it. So again, they are anonymous.
Yeah.
And you may even know about this, Ish.
Right.
It's super short. So the person we know, we were on a night out, on the way home from a night out, and I think this person was on his own, definitely. Otherwise, I don't think he would have done it.
Yeah.
So this person, who's probably going to listen to the podcast as well, decided that he really needed to go, and where else to go but a public bin.
And we don't mean number one.
Yeah, we mean
we mean
a turd.
A large log.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In a bin. And it was one of those bins that has like a lid on top, but the 4 holes each side of the bin. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's really hard to...
So it hasn't got like an open top. It's the ones that you avoid trying to touch with your hands.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's mad.
And then he pulled up his trousers and he went home. And that was it. But it was a perfectly normal thing to do.
Really?
He literally just did it and went. He didn't think twice about it. He just went for it.
Yeah. Owned the situation.
Exactly. Do you know any more about that story? I mean, that's all I could remember about it.
Yeah, I think I know who this gentleman is, I think it was just short and quick, and easy does it. Goes in, needs to go. he's had a few, so he doesn't need to hold it in.
Exactly.
He doesn't need to try.
And there's
he knows
no
what
shame.
he wants. No. If anything, he came back with pride and with confidence, and it felt like it was a really good thing.
Yeah, it was. It was like passing a tricky test.
Yeah.
In a way,
if you want to call it that, yeah.
Complete.
There's no going back now.
Maybe we should name him in case we have to talk about him in future. Should we call him Crame?
No, I was thinking a Bognarat.
A Bognarat.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
A Bognarat.
A Bognarat?
Yeah.
So just to recap, a Bognarat was walking around Brighton on a night out.
A Bognarat?
A Bognarat just
What is that?
food in a bin, basically.
I love that. I have so many questions about what that is. It sounds like you're saying Ragnarok, but then you've got Bognor Regis in there somewhere, and then it's like saying a Bognor Regis, but it's not. It's a Bognarat. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No.
Let's carry on. I have a some would say a traumatic experience, others would say a hilarious experience, and some would say just a downright silly experience. Mine took place in my home back in Horley, which we will be talking about later.
Yes.
Not my home, just Horley. And I was around 13, I want to say. 13 years old. Mm-hmm. So a
classic age.
Classic age, coming of age, boy turning into young man, early stage time.
That's how I did it.
So, and I hadn't. Okay. Sorry.
Is this an in the toilet story?
This
like you were
is
talking about
an
earlier?
in the toilet story,
Right,
Jamie.
it
You
wasn't
are
out.
absolutely correct. This is not an out of toilet story. This is a problem that very much happened on and in the toilet.
Oh, wow. We've not heard that
well, hold, yeah.
First.
It's an intricate story full of twists and turns, and to this day, I wonder why and how,
Okay.
and all the other parties involved. So, again, 13, young teenager, getting to know himself.
Yes.
I'm constipated. All right, I haven't gone for about 6 days.
Cool.
Yeah, it was bad. There was seriously
Toughen.
something wrong with me. I tried to take some, medication and laxatives and things like that. And along came the fateful day. It was during the weekend. I can't remember whether it was a Saturday or a Sunday, but it was definitely the weekend because I wasn't at school. And around mid-afternoon, the urge finally came back.
Wow.
An urge that I'd missed for days. For days. I'd longed for this bowel movement to just bless me and I could let go of the weight of the trauma that's been building up. Because, I feel like going to the toilet, it relieves a lot of stress. It lets go a lot of,
it's
a lot of the
totally,
things that we carry around with each other. It's just a beautiful, it's a beautiful process.
Time. It's my me
Exactly.
time.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's escapism.
Yeah. You could say
In
that,
all
yeah.
senses of the word.
So exactly. So I finally go, and I'm in such a rush. I'm excited. I've got adrenaline pumping through my, prepubescent veins. I'm so happy that
Perhaps
this moment's
even your
finally arising. Well, who knows? Everywhere, to be honest. Who knows? I'm not a biologist or a scientist, James. I'm not going to answer that question. And I rush into the toilet. I literally almost rip off my trousers, and I sit down and I go. And let me tell you, it was something beyond description. It was such a long and almost painful but really rewarding experience. And I think I sat there after, and almost a tear came to my eye because I was so emotionally satisfied.
Yeah.
So after that, a few minutes sitting down, relaxed, finally relieved of all that, tension, that stress, I get up, clean myself up, as you do, wash my hands. Mm-hmm. And as I'm washing my hands, I look over to my left, which is where the bog is, and I see my poo on the toilet lid. Now, I had to really look at it to A, believe it was really there, and B, process the immediate issue that has now fallen onto me because of my silly, kind of like not think. I must have literally, and I was going to say, I S you not, because it's a funny pun, but anyway, I won't say that. I'm not lying. I looked down and it was about half a foot. It was literally massive. It was massive.
Jesus.
And I just go into panic mode. I'm like, what am I doing with this poo? What do I do?
Yeah.
Another brilliant idea comes to mind. I pick it up with my bare hands. Two hands, by the way. I pick it, and this is desperation, boys. I can't. Like, this is just like
you're in
pure,
such a trance at the
yeah,
time.
Yeah, well, you know when you just got to sort something out, and you just do the first thing that comes to you. I pick it up, and what do? I throw it in the bin. I don't throw it in the toilet. I throw it in the bin.
Oh God. Oh no!
I throw almost about a pound's worth of feces into my bin, into the family toilet bin. And you know what toilet bins are like? They're not big bins like you have in the kitchen. They're literally the size of the bin's the size of the poo.
You filled that baby up.
I then I like deep cleaned my hair. I was like washing the sin off my hands. It was horrible.
Yeah. It was like blood.
And no blood.
No. I mean, it's like washing blood off your hands.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
poo.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, washing the guilt, but it was
Exactly.
poo. Yeah,
and so
exactly.
How did you approach not approach the situation? What happened afterwards? Did you leave it? Did you hear any more from your parents about the?
So after I cleaned everything up, so I cleaned the lid up and everything, and I just kind of I did leave it, and I just went back to my room, just kind of, I don't know, just forget about it kind of thing, but.
That's brilliant.
Fantastic.
Did anyone bring it up, or was it just? Do you reckon your parents just discarded it?
No. It was it was brought up.
Sorry, obviously.
But of course it will, because someone had to take those bins out.
Your son had food in a bin.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the thing. They must have thought. They must have thought that I just went in the bin rather than go. I explained it, and it was almost like I made it up to try and like hide the fact that potentially.
Did they have to explain how to use a toilet again to you? Did they feel?
No, nothing like that. Oh, it was so weird because I don't even know if they bought it, because they just probably thought I pooed in the bin for fun, or because teenagers are weird, aren't they? They just do weird stuff.
Yeah.
But, it was a kind of like, it was a very awkward and difficult conversation with my family, and they were worried about me for a while. They were like, no. What's going on? Is this like you acting out? Is this you being upset about something? Rebelling against, anything? But no, that is, it was pretty weird. And it was just a conversation I didn't think I'd have with my mum.
You don't really predict that.
You don't really want to talk about that kind of stuff.
No.
And now on a
I'd
podcast.
rather have, now it's being told to anyone and everyone, and you can do with it what you will. So
it's all right. We need to get Jamie. Jamie says he hasn't got any of these, any story like this, and I've told one on the podcast before. So I think we just need to maybe
I think we just need to. I think we just need to give Jamie loads of laxatives and just
exactly.
trap him in
Obviously,
like
that's
a
what needs
room.
to happen.
Yeah.
So then he could come on and explain the story.
That'd be a crazy story. I got locked in a room and forced laxatives and I just shat around the room.
I think forced into a very public place with laxatives. Or just something like that.
Like on a bus.
Or just do it
on a bus.
on a bus. Oh no!
There's not many more stressful places to be than a bus.
Exactly, because you have to wait
Right.
for the next stop. You know.
Oh,
If you're on the bus, you're in it for the
Some
next.
coaches have toilets.
That is true. I mean, that would be a big mistake
Very-
on your behalf if you put me on a coach with a
On like a
toilet.
luxury coach.
let's rule out coaches. Oh god.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you. Ish.
Yeah,
It
great.
was,
Thank you
Great
very
stuff.
much for.
it was a
Yeah,
roller coaster of emotions you must have
Yeah.
gone through.
It
with all
was.
that.
It was. It was very strange.
Yeah. Like the build-up of anxiety you must have had before
Oh,
the
yeah.
poo, and then the poo happens, and you're so relieved.
It
and
was.
happy.
It was like. Yeah, exactly. It was like having like that window of being like, that was the best thing. I'm so relaxed. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm carrying on with my life now. And then, bang, another issue, another problem.
Yeah.
You know, I
And then
didn't
just
really
confusion, a state of confusion. Right then, so let's get into the podcast, shall we?
Let's do it.
So today, we do have Ish on the show. Ish, would you like to tell everyone where you're from?
Hello. So originally, I didn't know how to start. Sorry. Hello.
Throw him in the deep end with a poo story and then introduce him.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. So originally, I'm from Italy, from a small town just outside Florence, and then I moved to England in my childhood to a small town called Horley.
Horley, that is right.
Two, I think, very similar places. Would you agree, Ish? In Horley and Florence.
yeah. I mean, Horley's basically the same.
Yeah.
I would say.
I mean, Florence was voted one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
I think the
up
same
there.
was said about Horley.
Horley
was
was.
second.
I think Horley's still the reigning champion in the whole of Sussex and Surrey. I mean, the south of England. I think Horley's probably won, 25 years in a row now, the most beautiful, country town in England.
Yeah. Ever since they erected that wonderful statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The statue of the president
Of Horley.
of Horley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the small, would you call it a town? Your birth area?
Yeah. the birth coordinates. I'd say it's a small you have small little almost settlements. I want to say outside London and things like
So
that.
I think the Italian word, pardon my
Go on.
ignorance,
This is gonna be good.
is frazioni.
Yeah,
It's
frazioni.
which is a bit like fraction, segment.
Yeah,
It's like a
slash
subdivision.
county. It's basically it's like the equivalent to county, the small little subdivisions of each part of the country.
It's like a subdivision of Florence, more or less.
Exactly.
Outer Florence.
Yeah, so there's a couple of towns with the actual name Valdarno at the end. So my cousin and my family live in Incisa Valdarno, which is the town literally next to Figline. And again, these are all in the vicinity of Florence and, just that outer southeast area of Florence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
A lot of the time they're put together. You say Figline / Incisa Valdarno.
Right. So a bit like, you could say your Shorehams to your Brighton.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shorehams, Worthings, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I had a little look into Figline Valdano.
Yeah, Figline. Yeah,
Figline.
Very good, Jamie.
Thank you very much.
yeah, that was really good.
The official status of this place is small place.
I mean, that is very correct. It's tiny.
Yeah, there's not too much to talk about when it comes to that place itself, but there's also
Yeah.
Florence, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Florence. So Florence is the birthplace of the Renaissance.
It is.
in Italy, if you didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And it is most famous for being the setting of Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
I'm so glad we're going on to this. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Actually, was it Assassin's Creed? We all played a gig. We played a gig together once, didn't we? And,
Where's this going?
And me and Ish, Jamie stayed somewhere else, but me and Ish stayed in the same room together. I believe it was Assassin's Creed that when I woke up in the morning, I said, "Oh, how did you sleep, Ish?" And he went, "I didn't. I played Assassin's Creed all night."
Was my cousin?
That was at one of Jamie's family members' places, and he had a PS4, and this was a few years ago, so I hadn't even seen a PS4 at the time.
Yeah.
And I just remember him having Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is the one based in London.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything but play it. I didn't go to bed. I didn't do anything.
I didn't even know you were doing this. I was just flat out asleep.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I just turned the volume really low down, and I'm really sorry to your family member because I probably ran his electricity bill
Nah, mate.
skyward. Because
Don't worry, mate.
for
The invoice is
14
coming.
hours, I was just playing. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
obviously, Assassin's Creed 2. When you play Assassin's Creed 2, do you ever come across family members? Or...
Brilliant, of course. Yeah. My house is literally on the edge of the map, and you can go see my nan and all my cousins back in 1450 or something. They're all there.
But seriously, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Joking aside, it's true. It's true. If you download the Hussein Russo family pack, you get to see all of my family go to my nan's house.
I don't know what that fucking noise was, man.
Oh man.
Florence and Horley
Yeah.
both have very rich histories.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm currently just all me at the moment.
No, it's
We'll
fine.
get to Horley in a minute.
You keep going.
Where's James gone?
Hawley's not.
Kicked him out.
I've sort of stuck with Horley in this whole situation, and Jamie's done
got
Florence, so that's probably why Jamie's talking quite a bit more, because maybe Florence might be slightly more interesting than Horley.
Brilliant.
So they both have very rich histories, as we all know. The birthplace of the piano was, in fact, in Florence.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the opera was invented in Florence.
Wow.
Gucci was founded by Guccio Gucci in Florence.
Guccio.
I actually didn't know that was his name.
Yeah,
Guccio.
yeah.
I
for
mean,
sure.
You saying
that's
that
very
right?
good. That's very good.
I'm probably not
Guccio.
saying it right.
No, it's not Guccio. It's probably Guccio.
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 Where's Gucci
You just
with an O
say
on the end?
Gooch. That's all I'm
If you
hearing.
say it really your real true tone, you'd say Guccio.
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 If I said it
Guccio.
in my true Essex, Guccio.
Guccio Gucci, man.
Guccio Gucci was founded Gucci in Florence.
In Florence. As well as being the birthplace of Gucci, this was the birthplace of Leonardo da Vinci himself.
Oh yeah.
Who you meet in
The man.
Assassin's Creed 2 as well.
You do, and befriend throughout the next 3 titles in Brotherhood and Revelations.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Ezio trilogy.
I've got
Yeah. Which many people weren't very happy about, but to those people I say, hey, go away.
Hey,
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
You don't know.
You don't know. Go away.
Get out.
Will you?
Come on.
I'll grow up.
Grow up. And also, the Ponte Vecchio, I'm probably saying that very wrong, is the only, it's a bridge in Florence.
Ponte Vecchio. Ponte Vecchio. Ponte Vecchio.
God, I'm so
That
ignorant.
sounds like a name more than
So
it does
glad
the
I
actual
gave you
location.
Florence. It's so good.
I'm trying
Ponte-
hard, man.
To be honest, you are, and I love it. And thank you so much.
I want you to try harder, like with the
James
word,
doesn't even say anything, for God's sake.
Isn't it? So that bridge, actually,
Yeah.
is the only bridge in Florence that survived World War II
Yeah.
Because Hitler stated that it was too beautiful to destroy.
Oh my god.
That is absolutely
absolutely
yeah.
Wow.
And to be honest, if you go there, and this is me being serious and a bit a bit of a patriot, but
Yeah.
I genuinely think it's a wonderful location, just because it's got this really nice mix of modern and old, and you get a bit of everything, and it's got a lot of shops and stands and stuff, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
And it's got like these apartments and houses hanging off the side, which look so cool.
Oh, wow.
So I have to honestly, just to be serious, I do think it's absolutely brilliant. It's such a nice little place.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
But,
and
yeah,
with comparison of Horley as well.
Yeah. I was about to say, is
history
there
of Horley.
any bridges in Horley that remind you of that at all?
Oh yeah, the one that goes from the one that crosses the railway station, the one that overlooks the concrete railway station.
Yeah.
I mean, the view there, you see all of the 28 barbershops in the entirety of Horley. You see all of them, and there's a lot. There's more than 28. But I'll say this for sure: you can see my old primary school and about 20 different shops, and it's just mind blowing.
Beautiful,
Some
isn't
say it's been there since the war. And I think Hitler
Some say
probably
that.
did say. I think Hitler did say, next to Ponte Vecchio, the Horley railway bridge
We've got to leave
that
it.
carries people safely from one bit of Horley to the next bit of Horley
Yeah.
is too beautiful to blow up.
Yeah.
Let's keep sign the petition today, boys and girls, to keep the Horley railway bridge up. Let's join together.
Let's fight for this.
Let's fight for this.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like, the only thing I had to compare Horley's history with Florence's is that Horley's bus service is the Metro bus. And on that note, I would like to talk about Horley now. If you,
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yes,
I'd just like
please.
to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that you were born in such a beautiful place, and then and then so like, does I don't know, how do you feel about Horley? Does it
how do you feel about?
How do I feel about Horley? As in, like, in comparison, or
Yeah,
when
in
going
comparison.
from beautiful Tuscany
Yeah.
to Surrey.
more my point? Yeah.
Well, Surrey's lovely.
It is lovely, actually.
More Horley. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it was definitely a shock going from a place I'd seen and been so used to for years to a town that felt very distant to what I'm used to. And I'm trying to choose
Yeah.
my words carefully here, because a lot of people that are from there probably, have a very nostalgic feeling about Horley, and it wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
The area where I grew up in and lived in actually was quite a residential area, so it wasn't too bad.
And would you call them Horlians?
Yeah, is that the word for it?
I mean, whatever we say on the podcast sort of just goes, really.
Yeah,
So
it goes.
Yeah.
we
Okay,
are-
so they are Horlians then.
we are the law.
You are
Holy
yeah.
Horleys.
So you moved to Horley, and then obviously later down the line, you went to college with Jamie, and then
Yeah.
we all met at a university. So that's how we all
Yeah.
know each other. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah.
we didn't actually,
Yeah.
we didn't describe that.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, we didn't really elaborate that. I don't know who these people are. They just called me up.
and then so yeah, a little bit on Horley. Horley is a town in the borough of Reigate and Banstead in Surrey. Yes.
Yeah.
Big
England,
hand, big hand.
South of the towns of Reigate and Redhill, not far from Crawley and Gatwick.
Grinstead, not too far.
Not too far from you in East Grinstead. And to summarise Horley, as it's so close to Crawley, which is a town we've done before, I found
Yeah.
an article that's titled 11 Reasons Horley is Not Just a Town Near Crawley. And I'd like you to just
That's
your
brilliant.
opinions on this.
I think the fact alone that there is an article that says that is them really trying to be like, this is its own place, rather
Yeah.
than just the town next to Gatwick or Crawley.
Exactly.
I feel like they've got a bit of an issue with it, but I've chosen sort of 8 of them. So my summary from the article is that you're guaranteed some decent parties, street parties. It's got lots of grass. It has a Waitrose and a Lidl. Contrast there. It also has a train station. It has shops. It's got lots of grass again. It's friendly and it's closer to Gatwick than Crawley.
Brilliant.
Would you say that summarises it?
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, especially with the Gatwick fact. It's so close that I once ran. I used to work at McDonald's in Gatwick in the drive-through.
Oh.
And this is just to explain how close Horley is. I was going to be late for my shift. I had 15 minutes to get to work, and I ran from my house to work, which is in Gatwick, and I was there like a minute late. That's how close. That's how close.
Didn't realise.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
that is much closer. Maybe it should be called Gatwick. You know, Horley straight up.
Or maybe Horley should be called Horley in brackets. We are closer to Gatwick than you think.
They seem to have a bit of a complex about the the sort of the fight between Crawley, so they need to put that in there. But here's the important info. Okay, everybody.
Yep.
If you were to travel from Horley to Florence, it would take 17 hours by car. Okay, 22 hours by train from Horley to Florence.
Oh right, okay.
And 12 days walking. But on Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine, you wouldn't get far because it probably wouldn't work. That's what people are saying online. But if you were to travel via another ancient form of aerial transport, a hot air balloon, which typically travels at 5 miles an hour, it would take 7 days and 8 hours to arrive. But this got me thinking, though. What if you got caught short while on your adventure? Especially, over a populated area. Let's be real. You're gonna need to go for a number 2 more than once in 7 days.
Oh, yeah,
and I thought it would be fun to calculate how long.
Not necessarily.
No.
No.
7 days. You're not gonna go to the loo.
Well, if Ish's story earlier, 6 days, maybe just once.
Well,
maybe you might only need to go once, but just be careful.
Knowing myself, I'm going to need to go probably more than 7 times.
Yes,
so I thought it'd be fun to calculate how long it would take for that poo to reach the ground.
That is weird to think about, though, isn't it? like in a week. Sorry to stop you there, but it is so strange. If you sit and think about it, we have to go to the toilet more times than there are days in the week. Let that sit in.
For me, it's one a day on average. Just one a day.
To be honest, that's quite healthy. But think about some people poo 13, 14 times a week. And don't even get me started on peeing. That's
something else.
It's a lot of time.
That's 25.
I mean, there's a certain Jack that we know who used to always be on the bog, didn't he? Always used to be sitting on the toilet.
I think he's in the bog now.
He always was.
He has a glass of water and he immediately goes to the toilet.
But Ish, so how long do you think? No, if it's all good. But how long do you think if you're in a hot air balloon, right? So we've established you're probably going to need to go to the loo multiple times. Hot air balloons usually travel at 2,000 feet. How long do you think it's going to take your deadly log to hit the ground from 2,000 feet? What's your guess?
That's a really hard one, isn't it?
That is. It depends from. Was it 2,000 feet?
2,000 feet, yeah. So.
What is that? What even is that? What do I compare it to? Is that half the Empire State Building or less?
Yeah, I think just think something like that, and it's probably not right. But
about what?
Imagine a distance in the air, and it probably won't be 2,000 feet.
The size of maybe 3 Horley bridges stacked up together.
I'd
railway
say
bridges stacked up together.
I'd say somebody 17 Horley bridges. Go with that.
17? Oh,
yeah.
I reckon it would take a good minute, a solid 60 seconds.
Okay.
60 seconds.
What are you saying, Jamie?
I'm going to say 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Wait,
what is it made of? Hey, literally, what is it? Just dust.
I must
put
say,
out like a gas cloud. Just barely has anything in it.
My science is
just
probably
floats.
not accurate.
It doesn't fall. It just kind of glides to the floor
like a feather.
It's wearing a wingsuit.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, I'll change it to 2.5 minutes.
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
So quick.
I reckon, man. I'm telling you, it would hurt if you got hit by it.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
It would be like getting
definitely.
a good, like, hard pushed slap.
Do you reckon it reaches terminal velocity?
Well, that's the-
before
that's
it
It
hits
starts
the ground?
burning.
At terminal...
It starts like burning before it gets to the ground.
Like it's going through the atmosphere or something.
It takes 10 seconds for it to reach terminal velocity. An object usually takes 10
Oh, so
seconds.
it's at terminal velocity. Wait, so it's at its like full speed before it hits the ground.
Yeah.
That is insane. That is such a cool thing, isn't it? That is so cool.
Well, I think I've accurately described everything you need to know about Horley. I've gone deep.
I mean,
have
we've
gone
learned
deep.
some serious stuff today, guys. We're seriously good. I love it.
Oh, dearie me.
15 seconds, man.
Oh, there's something I really need to say, but I shouldn't actually really be talking about this.
Oh. What is it?
So basically, I was actually contacted by the Egyptian Military Intelligence Service and Reconnaissance Administration Agency.
We'll keep it quiet.
Yeah, we'll keep it quiet.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, this was last weekend. And would you believe it? They actually asked me to travel to their HQ in Cairo to pick up some equipment and intel files. Shit. So, pick up some equipment and intel files, then travel to the well-known poker club Alla Vittoria Sala in Florence, where I would speak to the master dealer, who would then lead me into the underground city of Florence, where I would be handed a hidden blade.
Oh.
That's right.
That is...
Yeah.
That's really... We can't talk about that. That's dangerous information.
And then, using this hidden blade, I would infiltrate the Horley Bowls Club in order to interrogate current lead bowls player Gary Binbag and get information on his involvement with Australian organised crime gang syndicate, the Sword Boys, and their dealings and transportation of rhinos between Australia, Horley, Florence and Cairo.
Right.
It really is a worldwide operation, but I've cut my ties with the MI5, my previous MI5
you have?
dealings.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And you allowed to say that as well?
Yeah, I can say that because I'm not with them anymore.
Right.
That's not happening.
Yeah.
But I did manage to steal one of the official MI5 specialised tuk-tuks that travel at 34 miles per hour. So that whole journey would take me 275 hours on one of those tuk-tuks, which is about 11 days.
Wait, are you sure that's longer than a hot air balloon?
Yeah.
But I'm
That's
not
longer
going from
than
one place
flight
to the other.
itself.
I'm going from here, my flat in Brighton,
Oh, yeah.
to Cairo on a
Yep.
tuk-tuk.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And then from Cairo
Then to Florence.
then from Florence to Horley.
Wait, hold on. Can I
that's quite
ask
good.
a question? Or unless it's like breaching the privacy like treaty or wherever it is.
Yeah, ask
Like
away.
when you go to the underground city to retrieve the hidden blade,
Yeah.
is there? Do you access the secret underground passages, much like our ancestors Ezio Auditore did back in the Renaissance era? Would you use that because it will definitely cut your time in about half, especially on a tuk-tuk?
Yeah, I mean, I tried.
But have you got the tuk-tuk by the time you get to Florence?
Yeah, I got the tuk-tuk. I stole the tuk-tuk from MI5 when I left MI5.
Oh, so you've got it from
So
the
I've got it
beginning
from
of the
very
journey.
beginning.
Okay.
And luckily,
Yeah,
there's a minimal amount of water between all these places.
Right.
You
Yeah.
go through Europe to get to Cairo.
Minimal.
It's really good.
I mean, Horley's only got one lake as well.
Yeah, Horley's only got one lake,
One pond.
one pond.
So that's not an issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I
not even that
did
deep.
try. Yeah, I did try and get the tuk-tuk in the underground passages, but it wouldn't
Right.
fit. So I can't really. It was just quicker to. But
you know
plus
what?
the underground,
Yeah.
just Florence, isn't it?
Classic Florence
Yeah.
problem. Everyone was like 4 foot back in like 1450. So
Exactly.
you know,
and their tuk-tuks were
classic.
a lot bigger as well. So
well, tuk-tuks are at least what 4.5 foot.
yeah, I'd say that at least.
You know, 6 foot.
Yeah.
9 foot.
Depends what one you got. I mean, I had the
Elite?
specialised spy tuk-tuk from MI5.
The incognito.
The incognito.
Much like the incognito Zorb you had last week.
Yeah, the incognito Zorb. Yeah, as well.
The Zorb.
Yeah, last week.
We were sponsored by
You're-
Zorbs.org last week. And,
Yeah.
Zorbs.org. You guys are living it. You guys are living in the 90s still, mate.
no sponsor this week. Ish is actually sponsoring this podcast quite kindly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He's given us a lot of money.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
given us
a lot of
100% money.
Yeah.
100%
I think I've given you 100% of the money.
Yeah, actually a lot of people, people have been saying we can, say how much we've been getting for our sponsors, but Ish has said he doesn't want.
Oh yeah,
disclose.
as the sponsor, I'm happy to reveal that information. But
You
I
are
can
happy?
definitely say, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
Well,
I mean, 100% of it, is a lot of it.
Well, thank you for
And
the 20 grand,
I might
Ish,
as well
thank you.
tell you how much you're getting.
I thought it was
Anyway.
20 grand.
You wish it was 20 grand. You wish it was 20 grand.
Right.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to our next section?
Yeah.
Ish, are you ready for this? We're going to sing. Am I right? It's fact or fiction?
Yes, it is fact or fiction.
We're going to sing the words fact or fiction in a beautiful 3-part harmony, partly over
Ooh.
Skype. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Ish? Are you
Okay.
ready?
This is what I've been waiting for. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Right.
Sorry.
He's taking a sip.
Having a gurgle.
All right. I'm going to be the conductor, and
What key?
all of them.
All the keys, mate.
All the keys.
Yeah.
Right. B sharp.
They all work together. Don't worry. Ready? So, fact or fiction. Yes.
Do you know what? I'm really happy with that.
Right. So, much like the rest of the podcast, I will be doing Horley, Jamie will be doing.
Florence.
Do you want to describe fact or fiction for people that haven't listened
Yes, yeah, this is my part. Forgot about that. This is the section where James and myself come up with either a fact or a fiction about the town we are doing for that week. However, if one of us has the same fact as the other, there's a £5 forfeit. But this week, it's slightly different than that,
It is
isn't
slightly
it?
different, yes. So normally we will take it in turns to guess, each other's fact or fiction. But Ish will be guessing whether it's fact or fiction this week.
Yeah.
So are you ready, Ish? I am going to go ahead with Horley first.
Yeah. Yes, James, I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay. So my first fact or fiction, is this fact or fiction? In 2011, Horley considered creating their own currency due to the town's superiority complex with nearby Crawley and Reigate.
100% fact. 100%.
Straight in. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Ish Hussein, that is fact.
Oh, he's got it.
Well
the first
done.
one. He's off to a flying start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that
how
is,
Wings does it.
That is fact. I would like to think it would be called either the Horlound, the Hound, or the Holler. That's what I would imagine they would call their currency in Horley. Feel free to
I quite
disagree.
like the
but-
Hound.
The Hound.
I quite like the Hound.
There's 50 hounds, please.
It's a really good name.
Yeah.
Couple of hounds.
Couple of hounds.
Couple of hounds.
Number 2.
Yeah.
2016 saw the start of the now annual event Horley Flipper Flopping, which takes place at the small lake in the Riverside Garden Park in Horley. The event, which now attracts large numbers, sees hopefuls competing to see how far they can reach across the shallow lake running in flippers. Here's the catch, though. The only the requirement is that they have to be homemade flippers and made from recycled materials. Taken
man.
inspiration from the paddle around the pier in Brighton. And
Wow.
all
Do you know
shapes.
what?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go on.
No. Go on. No,
Okay.
Finish. I want to know the entire bit of information before I give you an answer, because this is great.
All shapes and sizes of homemade flippers can be seen, with some competitors taking it very seriously, pushing the boundaries and preconceived ideas of the capabilities of a flipper.
Sorry, say that again.
Basically, people are really going for it and pushing the boundaries of, what a flipper can be and can do.
Wow.
I mean,
fact or fiction?
do you know what? It's one of those things for me where I really want it to be true.
Yeah. I have this.
If it is.
I have this with Jamie. He comes up with such great ones.
Can you tell me the name of it again? Because I want to know the name of it.
It is the Horley flipper flopping competition.
Sorry.
And it takes place in the small lake in Riverside Garden Park in Horley. Have you been there?
I want to say I have, probably a long time ago. Probably cycled past it in my youth.
In your youth. On your way home.
I really want this to be true. I don't think it is. I'm going to say it's absolute fiction, because I don't. Also, just because of the people, I don't think people will want to do that in Horley. So people no one cares about the environment in Horley. It's an absolute trash hole. It's horrible.
I love how you've gone from being worried about saying stuff to just your true feelings. I love it.
Oh yeah. This is I'm sorry, but this is the closest I can come to with the whole.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah. I think it's fiction.
This is fiction.
Oh, yes. 2 out of 2.
But do you know what? I wish that was true. I really want that to be true. I'd move back to Horley now.
I'd bloody
That'd be so sick.
I'd move back just for that.
I know.
Just for that.
Well, you've got one more. You've got one more chance to get them all right. Basically, that means you're Horley.
Which is surprising. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
Number 3. The owners of the Fox Revived pub. Have you been there?
I want to say yes. I think it's close to my house. If it's the one I'm thinking about, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the owners of the Fox Revived pub, a rural pub in Horley, have made parking spaces available for just horses outside. Well, not just horses. There's parking spaces for horses and cars. And this new rework of the car park fits nicely with the new Sunday roast menu, which comes with the new size options. The Shetland for a kid, the Mustang for a regular size, or even the Shire for a supersized meal that they can feed to your horse outside.
Wow.
Fact or fiction?
Can we just say shout out to that pub?
Shout out. Yeah.
If it's the one I'm thinking about, which I think it is, and it's actually the one close to my house. It's in kind of a more suburban area, close to mine and actually Alex Caston's house. Right. And I think that's. And I'm not saying this as a final answer. I want to keep thinking about it, but it's in that suburban area where horse riding is actually and horse paths are a thing. Like you'd be walking down one of the countryside lanes, to get to town, and you'd see people riding horses. So I'm gonna go out on a limb, and this is risky. I think this is fact. But I'm 73% sure.
I'm with you, Ish, there.
Yeah.
I think that's fact as well. Yeah.
I think it's fact because it's something that a Horleyan would do.
Right.
Because they're proud of the whole "we ride horses" thing. Look at us, we got horse lanes.
Okay, Ish, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay. You were, pretty accurate with this one because I've gone along. I've done a Jamie here. This is fact and fiction, and your 73% was, was pretty good because there is car parking spaces for the horses, but they do not feed your horse a roast, and they do not have a
it's
horse.
the feeding the horse. Yeah, right. It's the feeding the horse. Yeah, because I was like, they wouldn't make a roast for a horse. They just give him like some hay. But I definitely know that because man, that was a good question. That was great. That was
Very
great.
good, mate. Very good. Oh,
So
well,
what does that count as like 2.5?
No, I'd say you get 3
That
out of
counts
3.
as 3 out
Yeah,
of 3.
that was me trying to mess with you there.
Just being a plum.
But hang on, we're on a plane. We're in a hot air balloon, and we're travelling to Italy. And we've just arrived in Florence.
Oh, hold on.
we're in Florence. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're here suddenly. It was really
Whoa.
quick.
Wow.
So, this is Fact or Fiction Florence edition for
Brilliant.
competitor Ish Hussein.
Yep. Hello.
Number 1. Are you ready? In Italy, if you're driving with a deceased body in the car, you must ensure that that body has health insurance. You could be fined up to $3,000.
Right. 2 things. I'm going to be really embarrassed and ashamed if I know nothing of my homeland and
Yeah.
more about Horley, which will be really scarring for me.
Yeah.
Secondly, I think that's fact simply on the basis that in Italy the law will try anything to get money out of your wallet, and I mean anything. Like they will fine you so badly for the most minimal things. I actually think that's true. I think that's fact.
Well, in
It's
Italy,
fiction, isn't
would
it?
they fine you for having a non-recyclable flipper at this competition?
Again, I don't think the entirety of Italy cares about recycling anymore. I think they're stuck in the 80s where they just think everything's going to be fine.
I'm with you, Ish. I think this is fact.
I think it's fact.
Okay. This is, in fact, fact.
Yay!
Correct. That is true. Well done, Ishmael.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That is...
The olive oil is coursing through my veins.
I also have a side note to that.
Okay.
In Falciano del Masico.
No, I'm going to give this a go. Falciano del Masco.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I'm going to have to write this one in.
Falciano was my way of saying it.
Yeah.
Falciano del Masico.
Falciano del Masico.
Falciano.
CI is always a
Always
CH,
cheap.
boys. Come
Yeah,
on, we've
come
done
on.
this. We've
It's
done the
simple.
lesson.
Sorry, we talked about the
You know?
CIA.
So in Falciano del Masico,
Yeah.
this is true, by the way.
Me,
You-
you were spotted in Falciano del Masico with a dead body, and
this is
it
why
did
I'm
not have
finding
health
you
insurance.
It's like Cluedo. Ish,
Who hasn't got health insurance on their corpse?
So in this place,
Yeah.
it is, or was at some point, illegal to die.
What?
Because in Campania,
Campagna, yeah.
they don't have a cemetery. And in 2012, its mayor decided to solve the problem by outlawing death. And apparently 2 of the town's older residents had already defied the law before the end of that first year.
Oh, that's
That
just
is
rude. That's
mental.
rude of them to. You can't.
I know.
Oh
break
my
the
How
law
can you
like
find someone
Can
that's
you
dead
imagine that?
from their
Can you imagine
inheritance?
No, I'm saying
Okay,
it's rude
guys.
that those people have broken the law, not that.
Oh, yeah,
no, that's they
fucking
shouldn't be
out.
breaking
That
the
means
law
it's
like that.
absolutely unbelievable that someone would die
Yeah,
on purpose.
just come on.
How? What the hell do you think you're doing? There's not enough space for you here. Go die somewhere else. I don't care if you want to be, buried next to your husband or your family. Go to Florence. There's loads of space there. Do you know what? Right. So basically, that you're saying it's illegal to die there. Is it still in
Oh
place
no,
now?
that is a fact.
That
was
is
a
a
side
fact.
note.
That's
Yeah.
just a side note that I thought I'd mention.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the next question.
No, but
Sorry.
I do have a number 2 now.
Oh, go on. Yes.
So, Galileo. He's a bloke, isn't he?
Brilliant. He is. He was.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He died.
Galileo's anus is kept in a shrine in a museum in Florence. They only put saintly relics in shrines, and the anus of a man who was deemed to be an enemy of the church is quite ironic.
I'm sorry.
This one's quite confusing.
I'm really sorry to stop you there because I'm a bit taken aback by that.
Okay.
Say that again.
So Galileo's anus is kept in a shrine in a museum in Florence. That's basically it.
I don't think that's true.
Let me add some more. As with a fine wine,
God, this is not true, is it? This is just not true.
as with a fine wine,
Galileo's anus is not on display in a museum. It's just not true. Even if it was discovered, it just wouldn't be put up in a shrine.
as with a fine wine, it took some years for Galileo's anus to age into an interesting museum piece.
Oh,
No, it's not.
what? Just get in touch with the flesh crafter, and he can make one up for you.
I bet Francesco's the flesh crafter, mate. That's what he's doing in his spare time. It's Francesco, man. He's the one that sculpted it out of his rectum.
You know that make a lot of sense, actually.
The anus,
That's why. Yeah, sorry.
the anus was removed from his corpse by Anton Francesco Gordi in 1737, 95 years after Galileo's death. It was then passed around for a couple of hundred years before it finally came to rest in Florence History of Science Museum. Fact or fiction, Ish?
I mean, I find that so hard to believe that for centuries
It was
a
passed around.
deceased man's anus was carved out and passed around. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you props for the legitimacy of the lies that you've been telling, because you've been like finding names and like, you know, giving me the years. I'm not buying it. I mean, if that's true, I will be amazed. But that cannot be real. I mean, surely it would be wouldn't it disintegrate or like just not be around anymore?
Well, so if your final
Don't tell
answer
me it's
is
true.
fiction,
Don't tell me it's true.
I agree.
everything I said is fact.
No!
Oh no!
Apart from the fact that it was an anus.
Oh,
It wasn't his anus.
He loves these like little twisted lies.
Oh,
Yeah.
he loves the twists and turns.
It was, in fact, Galileo's middle finger. But everything was
No
correct
way.
otherwise.
I'm going to look this up real quick. No
Yeah.
way.
Passed around.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Crazy, isn't it?
Christ.
Yeah, but that is true, that bit. But I thought that wasn't
No
quite absurd
way.
enough to talk about, so I made it his anus instead. But yeah, I'm pretty sure his anus would have...
Oh my god, yeah.
would have
I'm looking at pictures of
disappeared
it.
by then. Yeah.
I mean, that is insane that they've got that.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, what did he do? He did loads of stuff, didn't he?
What did he do? Did loads of stuff.
That is a big... I'm sorry, that's a big finger.
That is a big finger.
That is a massive thing. It's the size of an arm.
And that's just mostly bone as well.
Can that be on? I don't know if we can put that on our out of context jammies. We probably can put a finger on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely, just a finger.
Well, here's a little shout out to our own Instagram. Head on to the Instagram and you can see that on out of context jammies.
Exactly, on Jam About Town. On Instagram. Number 3-ish.
Right, sorry. I'm looking at the Galileo finger. I'm getting away now.
Get away.
I'm going to set it as my back
Yeah,
just so I can wonder at it. That is amazing. Sorry. Just
all
go
right.
on.
The first flavour of gelato was born in Florence.
Born.
I don't know why I put born. The scrambled fermented egg and chopped tomato cream gelato invented by Bernardo Buontalenti in 1903, Italo Macchioni created a machine that made gelato cones out of pork rind and tree sap from the forests of the Cantilejo, plateau in the northern Italian Prealps. Prealps.
Pre-Alps.
Right.
In the northern Italian Pre-Alps.
Let's go right back. Let's go right back to the start of that.
Yeah.
Because, go on.
So
You
the
said-
first
who was
flavour of gelato was the scrambled fermented egg and chopped tomato cream gelato, invented in Florence by Bernardo Buontalenti or something.
Just for the all the audio listeners, I'm looking at Ish's face right now, and he's
I'm-
quite
I'm-
disgusted.
I'm just listening, and you know when you have to concentrate really hard?
Yeah,
Because
You do with Jamie's a lot of the time.
yeah,
thought
you do. They're very complex.
they're very complex. This is going in through like a strange history, like horrid history kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I think that I want to say that it was invented in Florence, and by this man, maybe in the 15th century. I
Okay.
want to say that far. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe 15th, maybe 16th. I doubt. I have slight doubts of it being, tree sap and tomatoes and. Can you repeat the ingredients for me, please?
So the actual gelato flavour.
In percentage order, please, Jamie, just like the back of a pack.
Yeah, so scrambled fermented egg, I'd say it's probably about 35%. Chopped tomato cream at a good 40%. And I don't know how many more percent are left, so I'm not going to bother with it. Is cream, creating the rest of the gelato. The cones were made out of pork rind and tree sap from the Italian Prealps.
I'm torn on this one because it's one of those outrageous things, but almost like back then it was probably kind of true that they made weird stuff out of made cones out of like weird stuff.
It's not mine though. Your heart doesn't want this to be true, does
I
it?
don't know. Oh my god, I'm not. If I get this wrong, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna say it's half right to an extent, but also I'm not sure about the cones. But I don't know with Jamie. It's always a strange one. I'm gonna. You know what? Full throttle. It's fact.
Oh, changed his tune.
This is another
Oh god. It's just
kind of bent line.
no. This is right.
Yeah, I know.
How can this be fact or fiction when it's like
I know.
when it's like plausible or kind of
I'm
true?
with you, Ish.
That's what this segment should be. It should
Yeah,
be
but you
like
did the same.
I did the same. Yeah.
The same.
I'm gonna make one up one day, and it's gonna be like a question that has multiple answers and nothing's really true, and it's just like an existential question is like,
That's what we're trying
do
to
we
do
ever
here.
really die?
This week's player, Ish Hussein, did fantastically in the game, reading Jamie and James's opinions. Not opinions, facts or fictions. He read them very well, even seeing through Jamie's fake facts and lies.
Indeed.
Fantastic. Thank you to Ish Hussein for playing this week. Fact or fiction?
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
It's time for the largest car park. So, you're actually both going to play it, unless you saw it.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it.
You're both going to play this one. So, the prize for today's largest car park is a yearly subscription to Groundtastic magazine, the only magazine for fans and connoisseurs of UK football grounds. The latest issue is on Cams Alders Stadium in Hampshire, the ground of Wessex League team Fareham Town FC.
Oh wow.
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 Upon my research of Florence, is that parking is very expensive. A lot of car parking is around £15 for 2 hours, or €15 for 2 hours.
Wow.
Some were €27 for 2 hours.
Yeah, that doesn't sound far from the truth.
The largest car park is the Stazione Fortezza Fiera. Most car parks in Florence are quite small. This one is decent sized due to it being a stationed car park. How many spaces has this car park got?
Who's guessing?
Both.
How many
Both.
spaces?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's next to the train station, you said.
Indeed. It's
But
quite...
which one?
I don't know.
Santa Maria Novella.
Remember the prize up for grabs, Ish?
The stakes. The stakes are truly high. I need that. I need that subscription. Are we allowed to get can you give us one of two answers to choose from?
Multiple choice?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I'm afraid no, it has to be a blind guess.
Straight up guess.
It's quite tricky for you because you have not guessed any car park sizes before.
I am becoming one of an expert,
Yeah.
as we've discussed in the podcast. So I am extremely confident. And to help you out, Ish, I'm going to go first. And I am going to guess, from my knowledge of never being to Florence,
Yeah.
never having been, and barely having been to Italy, I'm going to say, confidently, 712.
712. See, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with 678.
What does this mean?
No, you're both wrong.
Ah! Go on then, what was it?
So Ish was closest out of the two of you, and not very far away at all, really. So how many spaces did it have? Well, I haven't got it up. It's 532 spaces.
Oh!
So you were within the 100.
But I was gonna say 550 as my first initial gut answer.
Right. I think let's move on to our section that we've not done before. This is a new section just for you, Ish. Ready? Are we ready, Jamie?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Country versus sovereign state. Let's start a clean slate and find out which country would Ish take when handed to him on a plate. It's time to locate the birth rate, the tax rate, and the prostate. Let's not underestimate Ish and his tomato concentrate.
What the?
In short format, it is country versus country versus country. Now, Ish, you have some ties to Egypt as well, don't you?
I do. Yeah, I'm half Egyptian.
Yeah. So with we thought the whole England, Italy, Egypt thing. We've gone with. I've sort of taken it probably a different direction to Jamie because we didn't really discuss this section too clearly.
it's not very solid, but we'll
It's not
roll
solid,
with it.
but we're going with it anyway.
Let's just go with it.
So I'm going to go ahead first, and mine's all about where was something invented. So, Ish, my number one. In which country? Which country invented batteries? England, Egypt, or Italy?
Ooh, tricky one.
Italy.
Oh, he knows his batteries. It was Italy.
Double A. Double.
Oh, he's got them in front of him as well.
He actually has a pack of batteries. Fantastic. Well, he knows his batteries.
knows his
but
batteries,
do you
man.
I know my inventors.
Do you know your breath mints? Which country were breath mints invented?
Out of the three.
Out of the three, England, Egypt, or Italy?
It feels like an English invention.
Okay, is that your final
It
answer?
could be an Egyptian invention.
Too right.
It could be an Italian. Egypt.
Oh my God! Ish Hussein, you are a winner again.
Yes.
Wow.
You're a winner, baby.
Wow. This guy's
Oh
on
my
it.
God! Yes, breath mints were invented by the ancient Egyptians.
Yeah. I knew it had something to do with those crazy ancient Egyptians. They were doing everything right back
Yeah,
then.
they were.
They did everything.
I do believe they invented toothpaste, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
So
something
it
like
comes
Really?
from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
What?
No,
Wow.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, man.
we don't know if that's true, but we've said it, so we're going to go.
Said it.
No. Okay, last one. So you know your breath mints, you know your batteries,
I do, yeah.
but do you know bowling? Which country invented bowling out of the three? England, Egypt, or Italy?
Right, I know that the type of bowling that this would be wouldn't be, your pins and your bowls. It was like a weird, strange version of it. I'm
think,
going to say...
yeah, back in the
it
day,
was
they didn't have an automated rail where the balls came up.
No, but it
know.
was like also probably called something else, wasn't it? It was probably
I'd say it's definitely called something else. But I think it's very similar to when you go into 10 pin today. I mean, barely
yeah,
a
yeah,
difference,
100%.
barely a
Yeah, yeah.
difference. There are still sprayed your shoes back in the 1800s.
Oh, it's 1800s, is
Actually,
it?
I'll have a look when it was, but it was. I can tell you, I think it was a long time ago. Actually,
1800s.
I was going to say like 14th to 15th.
yeah. No, I think you're actually
Yeah.
right. It might 18. No, oh no. Wait, where is it?
1998.
No. That was no. Bowling. Where does it say? I'll try and find somewhere. 2nd and 3rd centuries.
Bloody hell. Bloody Christ.
That's really... Oh,
Yeah. So they didn't.
that
they didn't
changes
quite,
a lot.
They didn't
That
quite have the
changes a lot.
automated ball system back then, but they definitely still had the spray for the shoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if they had
screens.
toothpaste back then, man, like anything's possible. Okay, so... You know what? It's times like this you want to call Francesco for a little bit of help.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
what
yeah.
He'd say.
Cool. Phone a friend.
Well, I wonder where he is now. So that changes up. You said what, like 3rd century? What did you say?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, hold on. Oh, it could.
Your whole life's been building up to this moment.
I'm gonna go with Egypt again.
Oh,
he's got- oh, did I get it?
You are.
Oh yes!
Jam
The
about
dance
town,
channels all knowledge.
Oh my word.
Yes!
He is
Wow.
the fucking
Yes!
You will now
I'm so
be
happy with
entered
that.
into the Jam About Town Hall of Fame in our
Yes.
So we have a studio in Brighton that we rent for £100,000 a month, and we have a nice little corridor, and Ish will put your picture up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. First picture.
Man. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Now, I only have two
Thanks
of
for that.
these, so you have a chance for a full house if you get
Okay.
these two correct.
Okay.
So, my first one, slightly
Right.
different approach. Mr. Pizza is a highly rated pizza takeaway place in either Florence or Horley.
You know what's weird? There's this strange thing in Italy where a lot of things are getting like Americanized, so they're like calling loads of places like what American pizzerias would be called. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like they're trying to like make it, apart from like a few that would be basically what I'm saying is like they like that kind of stuff over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they
like-
would probably try and do.
Big and sellable.
Yeah, exactly.
even
'Cause people
Narok's
like
going
people
to
like
Italy.
that.
Yeah.
People like that, but
I can tell you, they make pizzas for everyone. This is what they said. That's exactly what they said. Gluten-free, vegan, ding, ding, ding.
Ding ding! Oh, he's got it in there. He's got it in there. Well
he's
done.
got it in there.
Lactose-free as well. And there's a quote from them.
Lactose-free.
The true taste of highly digestible Italian pizza within everyone's reach. Pizza for all. La pizza per tutti.
You know what? That sounds exactly like what an Italian person would write to advertise their company. I'm going to go and say Italy, because that's what they try to do. They try and like write it all in English, and they try and like make it all cool and stuff and accessible to tourism and stuff. So I'm definitely going to say it's from Florence, even though I so much of me wants to say Horley, because that sounds like, you know, it sounds like Yummies or something. It sounds,
does, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to go with Florence.
You're correct. It is Florence.
Oh,
It is-
Yes.
His knowledge isn't failing him.
Wow.
I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with this.
Incredible.
Wow.
I mean, that was a pure guess. My stomach dropped a little bit there when I
Yeah.
said Florence, because I didn't want to believe it. But
No,
unfortunately,
that was the case. So, the last one. This one is interesting. Who invented the automatic door? Italy, Egypt, or the UK?
this one's hard. This one's a tough one.
Yeah,
Because anyone could have invented that.
absolutely
You
anyone.
know? Is it one of those three?
It definitely
Right,
is.
definitely,
One of those three.
yeah.
I'm not tricking you with this one.
Yeah, it's not going to be like, you know,
Uzbek style.
it was like, yeah. Or
It
it's
was
like
all of
somewhere
them.
It was not even like built on this planet. It was like given to us or something. You know what? Because I've said Egypt a few times, I keep thinking those, you know, wonderful ancient Egyptians. They invented everything. Like at this point, I'm just like, they could have done that. They were well smart. I'm gonna. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't feel right saying UK, but I'm like.
This is for the full, the full sweep.
The full swoop.
God, this is the one that counts.
This is the one that counts.
Oh,
I will say that it's not exactly how we know automatic doors today.
yeah, right. So it's going to be like some kind of mechanism that would back then have operated as an automatic door.
Okay, yeah.
I like your thinking.
Is that right?
We like
Yeah.
your thinking a lot here.
Can I know this is a bit unorthodox. Can I ask for you to chip off one of the answers?
Yes, I can
So-
chip off.
So give me just leave me with one incorrect answer.
I'll get rid of Italy.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, dang it.
Leaving you with the UK and Egypt.
And Egypt. Oh, this is a... Oh. It's all come down to Ishmael, come on.
Here it is.
You gotta pick yourself up. Egypt.
He's only gone and done it.
Yeah!
He's only done it. 5 out of 5. He's left the room. He's left the room, ladies and gentlemen. Ish Hussein, you are the winner of country versus sovereign state. Let's
I'm
start
so
a
happy
clean
with that.
slate and find out which country Ish would take when handed
Yep.
to him on a plate. It's time to locate the birth rate, the tax rate, the
and
prostate. Let's not underestimate Ish and his tomato concentrate.
Well done.
Yay! That was great, guys. That was perfectly executed. That was great. Oh, I'm so happy about that.
Right, we are through to the final part of the podcast. Nothing to do with really anything we've spoken about, just a nice way to end the podcast. So I'll just quickly describe Quick Whiz for anyone that's not listened before. It's the section in our podcast where we read out some outrageous headlines from around the globe in quick succession, and we can choose one from each person to talk about afterwards.
Right. Do you want to go or do I go?
Right, we're going to go. I'm going to say we're going to go me, Jamie, then you, Ish, and then back to me, and then Jamie, and then finishing with you, Ish. Okay, are you ready?
Sorry. Yeah.
So you got two.
Yeah, I've got. I think. Yeah.
Cool. I've got three, so I'm going to do three.
Yeah, same. But that's all good. Right.
You ready, Jamie?
I can do three. I've got three in front of me.
Oh yes, sick.
If you've got three,
nice
on,
one.
yeah, beautiful.
Okay. Chinese zoo displays dog as lion.
Watch this guy accidentally blow up his entire garden while trying to kill some bugs.
Desperate appeal after seagull grabs dog from Devon garden.
Snake burns house down.
The octopuses are invading.
Two men rob US convenience store wearing watermelon as disguise.
Brighton vortex to another dimension.
15 pounds of ham crashed onto a Florida roof and nobody can answer how it got there.
Father and son accused of selling body parts infected with HIV.
Oh God! Let's talk about that.
Also, Jamie, I just want to say, my second one was watch this guy accidentally blow up his entire yard whilst trying to kill some bugs.
And funnily enough, Ish, your watermelon one was one maybe last week or the week before.
Yeah, well,
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've done that one before as well.
Sorry.
So
That must have been so unfunny.
I bet it was more funny.
No, it's good. But
wasn't.
you do owe us a tenner, but
Yeah,
fine.
exactly. That's the fourth.
Are you a tenner?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's how
kind-
life gets you, kids. All of a sudden, you owe someone 10 quid.
We're kind to the guests on this show. Well, that's what can I say?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay, do you want me to read you this article? Or what do I do?
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay, a father and son have been charged for allegedly selling body parts on the black market they knew were contaminated with the infectious disease. Donald Green Sr. was charged with wire fraud in relation to a years-long operation that involved selling diseased cadavers to unwilling researchers.
Jeez.
His son, Donald Green II, funnily enough, was charged with intentionally concealing a crime. The duo was associated with the Biological Resource Center of Rosemont in Illinois, which provided human remains.
Illinois from last week. That's how Jamie said it last week.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. It's a French word.
Is it?
Yeah, I found that out.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Which provided human remains donated to science to medical professors for a fee.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah.
lovely, light-hearted way to
Yeah,
end the...
that's a nice way to
really
sort of
lovely,
sum it
isn't
up.
it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But slight light note: no illnesses have been yet reported in relation to the scheme.
Oh, good.
So
Well,
that's a good thing, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
I
yeah.
think there's only one thing to say after this podcast, and I think we need to say it to the man on the screen.
Absolutely.
And what do you think that is, Jamie? Do you think we should say shout out
to Ish
Hussein?
Hussein.
Yeah!
Yay! Thank you.
Big shout out to Ish.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
guys.
for coming on,
Thank you
Ish.
very much for having
very
me.
much.
It's been really great.
Any final thoughts from everybody?
Yeah, I think so. Just one.
Just one final thought.
Just one.
Just one.
I know things seem difficult right now, Bjorn. But don't worry. We're all trying. We're all feeling the same thing, and we're all trying to get through. Some days are darker than others, and some days you feel fine. But there is a light right at the end, and although it seems impossible to get to that light sometimes, you will make it through. Life carries on, and sometimes, just sometimes, it can be beautiful. So hang on in there, and we'll see you on the other side.
Wow.
That was lovely.
Inspirational.
Thank you, everyone.
Ish, you shine bright like a diamond. Wow. Oh, my
Yeah,
word.
Thank you for having me, guys.
If that's not inspired you, listeners, I don't know what bloody will.
No.
You know what? If that's not inspired you, fuck off.
I think that's the message, isn't it, really?
You can either fuck off or go home.
But yeah, thank you very much, Ish. Thank you,
worries.
James.
Yeah, I've had a whale of a time. Yeah, thank you very much, Ish.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, brilliant.
Peace out. I'll see you all soon.
You've been
I've been Jamie Wilkinson, and you've been...
Jamie Wilkinson. And that's been Ish.
And it's finished. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to stop recording just 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Bam.